Itachi Uchiha is one of anime's most enigmatic figures, a loving brother who killed his entire clan, supposedly. But what if I told you his pain didn't end with the massacre? Itachi's story isn't just about sacrifice. It's about guilt spiraling behind the mask. From emotional isolation to carrying burdens no one should, this is the emotional portrait of a prodigy broken by love and duty. That mask isn't silence, it's a prison. Let's unlock it. We remember him as the prodigy, the brother, the villain. But Itachi Uchiha was never just any one of those things. He was all of them and none of them at the same time. This is a story of a boy whose genius became his burden, whose love became his downfall, and whose silence masked a spiral of guilt. What if the real tragedy of Itachi isn't that he died a hero, but that he lived a prisoner of his own choices? This is Itachi Uchiha's psychological portrait, and the guilt that consumed him long before death ever did. Itachi joined the battlefield before he could even spell the word peace. By age 4, he witnessed war. By 7, he was a shinobi. And by 11, he was already in the Anbu. The Leaf called it brilliance, his father called it legacy. But what did he call it? Nothing. Because the truth is, Itachi never had the luxury of being a child. He didn't grow into war, he was forged by it. And in that pressure cooker of silence, what was sacrificed was emotion. He was taught not just to endure pain, but to conceal it, especially from Sasuke. Strength built on weakness becomes its own curse. This was the first brick in Itachi's guilt spiral, one laid by duty and cemented by love. He was the pride of the Uchiha, the rising star of Konoha. But behind closed doors, he was also a mole, a spy. A secret tool for a system rotting from within. Itachi led to lives, but neither of them were truly his. He lied to his clan, he lied to his village. But most tragically, he lied to himself. How do you measure the cost of living a lie every waking second? When even your smiles are calculated, your silence is staged, loyalty divided becomes betrayal against others and burningly against yourself. He was unraveling, but nobody saw it. Because unraveling in silence, that's how he was trained. We know the event. He murdered his entire clan in a single night. Men, women, even children. Every kunai he threw, every set of familiar eyes he closed, became ghosts he carried alone. Even when Danzo forced his hand, even when Konoha turned a blind eye, Itachi didn't just execute orders. He executed his soul. But he saved one person, Sasuke. Why? Because for Itachi, saving one life was the only way to redeem the thousands he took. Saving one body by killing thousands still leaves dead souls inside you. His relationship with Sasuke was his last thread of humanity, but he severed it on purpose. He became Sasuke's villain, his target, his obsession, because he believed that was the only path to making Sasuke strong enough to survive. But what Itachi built was not strength, it was distance. And distance made both of them lonely. He never got to say, "I love you." Instead, he said, "Hate me." That's the depth of his sacrifice. But it's also the weight of his guilt. Brothers born in love, torn apart by design. He paid the ultimate rent. Itachi didn't just kill his clan. He didn't just disappear. He joined the Akatsuki, and it wasn't for power. It was penance. Surrounded by monsters, he became a ghost. Not alive, not dead, just surviving. Each mission he completed was a reminder of what he gave up. Every life he took was a hammer on his own soul. He wore the cloak of a criminal, but his real enemy was guilt. He traded vengeance for remorse, only to find the grief that awaited was his own. The final fight between brothers wasn't just a battle. It was therapy delivered through violence, a twisted way to speak when words would never be enough. Itachi knew he was dying, but he didn't want forgiveness. He wanted release, for Sasuke and for himself. When he reached out and tapped Sasuke's forehead for the last time, he wasn't just saying goodbye. He was saying, "I was always with you, even when I became your worst enemy." He died revealing his soul, but the guilt remained because it never belonged to just one person. Itachi wasn't a hero. He was something far more tragic. A man who loved too much and was punished for it. He gave up everything to protect the one person who would never understand him until it was too late. That's the truth about guilt. It's not always about what you did. Sometimes it's about what you had to become. So the next time you hear someone say Itachi was a legend, remember, legends aren't just powerful. Sometimes they're just survivors of pain we can't begin to imagine. What guilt are you still carrying? Maybe it's time to let it go.